Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This your boy Jamar84 here once again for episode 3 of Q&A with Jay. And I'm not 100% sure. Like you see, I'm in a new location. I'm towards like my living room slash dining room slash kitchen area. I just wanted to be somewhere different this time. But I'm here answering my third email that I received. And I had got an idea from this email, like what you guys can do just to give you guys, more, give you more chance to be involved in the video, is that whatever you want the title, okay, of the video to be, when I read your letter, you can put whatever the subject is what I'm going to name the title of the video, okay? Like this person called it Baby Daddy and Best Friend. So you never know what you're gonna get. But for those of you who send me letters from now on, if you put like some kind of because I've been trying to come up with something to put in the title. So whatever you want to title the video, when I read your letter, put it in the subject bar. So we're gonna get into this. Lord have mercy, this is long. God damn. Well, I asked for detail, didn't I? So I made my bed and I lay in it. But here we go. Hello, you can call me Lawton. I love your reviews. You're so genuine and relatable. Let's get to it. I saw in your Q&A as much detail as possible, so this may be long and not forgettable. Definitely, you got that right. Me and my best friend were very close when I had a cat case. She took my son, so he didn't go into foster care. He was 2 months old till he was 3. He's 6 now. She has been my best friend since I was 15. I have had a hard life. I have been beat, raped, cheated, lied to, public embarrassment, and in the last 3 years, I have buried my mom, both her sisters, 3 great aunts, 6 uncles, and my grandma, and I'm only 27. Good God Almighty, girl. We need to send out prayers for Lawton. Jesus. Me and my baby daddy was together for 5.5 years. He's always been a jerk, a liar, and an abusive cheat. Damn. But that was all I knew. But that was all I knew. Him hitting me was some sick way of control for him. But he was always assured me that he loved me. My best friend. Well, hold on. Before I go on, ladies, I know for some reason it's hard for us to kind of realize what's really going on. If your husband or your boyfriend or whomever is beating you and talking about they love you, that's not love. That's control, and that's their insecurity. Like they feel like if they can't control you, then you're just gonna leave them or abandon them. Like if you're in a situation, I know it may be hard, but do whatever steps it takes to get the fuck out. My best friend will always be the buffer. Now looking back, the irony of that, well, I kicked him out. I was done, but we will have a son, and my best friend was one of those people who feel just cuz my friend don't like you that don't have everything to punk girl, y'all need to when y'all send me these emails, please proofread, give proper punctuation, because when I read these aloud, sometimes it's like I'm having a hard time following the flow of the story. Uh, well, I kicked him out. I was done, but we still have a son, and my best friend was one of those people who feel just because my friend don't like you, that don't have anything to do with me. So she let him come stay. I even dropped him off, but I trusted her over the years. He has made comments about her. He has called her a hoe or promiscuous. He even nicknamed her pimpin'. I would always defend her. He would. Yo, there's no periods in here. Come on, child. Nicknamed her pimpin'. I would always defend her. He has beat me plenty of times because I defended my friend, but my loyalty was to her. If I consider you my friend, I'm loyal to a fault. And she always was this goody good girl. Well, he started verbally abusing me every time I came over. He made it unbearable. He would call me names, scream at me. He even went to pushing me in the forehead with his finger. She never said anything and we in her house. She's supposed to be my friend. Oh, okay, I think I'm starting to follow what's happening here. She started getting distant with me. At this time, he started telling me shit that I would text her. He started deleting my texts when I send them to her. What? She started getting distant with me. At this time, he started telling me shit that I would text her. He started deleting my text when I send them to her. Delete that I called. He just started pushing me out like I was in the way of what he was trying to accomplish. He has a cocky attitude. One day he'd be yelling about something, and he just says, if friend pregnant, Lord, this punctuation. If I guess if your friend pregnant, I said yeah, and you yelling and acting a fool, and he said, well, it's my baby. I looked at her. She just broke out crying, blamed it on taking an X pill and drinking and being up for 2 days. Everybody knows we are best friends. Woo Lord. Everybody knows we are best friends. She has helped me bury all my family. She knew this man hurt me bad to my spirit. She raised our son for 3 years. She named my son. We did everything together. That was my heartbeat because I don't have no one else. Everyone is dead. They just dropped that shit on me and left me to handle the burden as a woman. You think he touching her the way he touched me? He has tattoos of me on his body. How can she look at that and not hurt in her soul what she has done? Well, she said she didn't know how it even happened, and how he looking for apartment. Well, he never moved out. This baby, the fact that the punctuation or lack thereof of this makes this really difficult to read and follow. So I'm depending on you kind of summing this up towards the end, because there seems like there's a lot going on, and it's not really broken up very well. But I'm gonna still try to do what I can do. All right. How it even happened and how he was looking for apartment. Well, he never moved out. There's deep issues why I can't press child. I guess that's support. So when I have to ask him for money for his son, which isn't even $20, he has the audacity, spelling, to say he's saving for his baby, but he always drunk when I see him. So I text her with it, and she speaks down to me like I'm some chick of the corner she don't know, personally expecting she's some hood rat. But this her first child. She's 30. She's a manager at her good paying job, college educated accountant. Now me, I'm from the hood, so is he. I know he is manipulative. She just knew him out of that being my man and my baby daddy. Her friend, she don't know him, and I'm in a deep relationship, which irony even know why she keeps saying she's sorry, but he lived there. They sleep in the same bed. They have a child that be here in a week. Now she gives excuses to me. Well, that's what I take them as, like I wasn't there for her, or she felt I judged her, or I'm not embracing. I don't say I love you, but she know I wasn't raised that way. Some things I could have done different. I was young. I'm younger than her, unfortunately. I know that the world can be a very mean place and unfair and biased. She never had to deal with that, so when she got certain men, I just knew from just being in the streets that they was up to no good, and every single time I was right. I'm loyal to her. I would never want to hurt her. Now I just feel like that's her motive behind this, because why she bring it up now, she never said before. Bit now she using that as her leverage against me. She sort of treat me like shit. Now she said she can't bring it up with me, but she don't talk to me. She just dropped that shit on me and left me to sort it. It left me to sort it. It, she, he, family to what, girl? Punctuate. Lord have mercy. Like, this is really hard for me to follow and read, but like I said, I'm going to try to follow this to the end. Uh, Speak to these cases, and you call your mom or aunt some. You call your aunt someone, but I have no one in this case. Can you at least call it a friend? And I can't do that because she was the friend. I feel played and embarrassed and sick and hurt. I feel thrown in the trash. Well, my question is, how do I tell her how bad I'm hurting? Because she just don't understand, and it's hard to explain how I feel. Or am I wrong for bringing it up to her wanting answers? Because now they act like I don't exist. He barely speaks to his son now. Something tells me I'm probably not the only person who went through this. Do I let go of the friendship of half my life with that history? We have known my baby daddy maybe 7 years now. Our kids, I guess, our siblings. How do I heal? Please help me, Miss Lawton. Okay, Miss Lawton, if you can, after you see this video, I want you to resend this to me after it's been properly punctuated so that it can be properly, so I can maybe give you better advice. But from what I've gathered, your question is, how do you tell her how bad that you're hurting? Because she doesn't understand how hard it is to explain. If your best friend fucked around with your baby daddy, then both of them pretty much are shit. Like, people who are close to you, it really doesn't matter. Like, I know a lot of people who have people in their lives who have been with them for so long and they've been so close, feel the need not to judge them when they do something that's wrong. Fuck that. Anybody who, it doesn't matter how long a person has been into your life, if they do some fucked up shit and it makes you question whether or not that they should even belong in your life or not, that's the key. That's their ticket to get the fuck out, because somebody who's your best friend ain't gonna do what you wrote to me, what this person did. And how do you? Well, let's see. What was your other question? Um, how do you tell her how bad it's hurting? You really, if you want to tell her, you just have to sit down and lay it to the line. Like, look, you did some fucked up shit to me, and I'm highly considering even having you in my life for this fuckery. And I know you're probably still gonna want to have some kind of attachment to the baby daddy because of your child together, and now your own child has this sibling now. So, I mean, if you want them to have a relationship, that's fine. But that's a weird. It's not even a try. It's not even a love triangle. It's more like, well, yeah, it's a love triangle. It's a love triangle. It's just that's a lot. You have your best friend and your baby daddy. Your best friend and your baby daddy get pregnant, and now they have a child, and now you and your baby daddy has a child. But yet you've been with this bitch pretty much half your life, and she does this shit. Pretty much, you don't really need neither one of them, because keeping people like that in your life is just like how, if y'all saw episode 2 of that girl and her mama and her the rest of her whole family not doing shit for her. Ask them out. You really, like, a lot of times we feel so comfortable keeping people who we know are bad, but since we're familiar and we don't want to be, alone, or we don't want to try and start over, quote unquote, we keep people in our lives that we do not need. And that's usually most of our problem. Okay. We need to learn to step out on our own and just, take the paths that we know are supposed to be better for us. And I believe that's what I want you to do, sweetheart. I would advise, if you really want to keep a certain relationship for the sake of your son, you're going to have to learn how to keep him around, but to distance him emotionally, okay? Keep him around for the sake of your child. And I guess if you want your son to have a relationship with its new sibling, then she would have to be around. But you would have to set the ground rules and be like, you know what, we're not what we used to be, and we could never be what we used to be for the fucked up shit that you did. You can either do that, or you can just cut them off, okay? So I'm trying to give you an option. If you did, want to do certain things for the sake of the child, you can do that. If not, it may be better for you and possibly better for the child not to even have somebody like that in their life. So that would be my advice to you, sweetheart. Make a decision. Figure out what's more important. Do you want to do this for the sake of your child, or do you feel like it's best for you and your child to just leave this alone? I would suggest, honestly, I'm always for cutting people out that are poisonous. I would suggest that you just cut them out because they're really keeping them close. From what the looks of it is detrimental to you right now. So good luck with that, baby. Definitely write me back though. I do want to hear an update, and all of those who are part of my Q&A with Jays, I definitely want you to write me back with updates as to what happens and how your predicament played out. And as I say at the end of every video, make sure if you want your question answered in one of the videos of Q&A with Jay episode 4, make sure that you not only email me at jamar84@gmail.com, but also whatever you want the subject of the video to be, whatever you want the video title to be, I'm sorry, put it as the subject of your email, okay? So that way I can already know what I'm going to title the video. It makes it that much easier for me. And also, make sure you punctuate, reread, and proofread your letters, okay? Miss Lawton, unfortunately, didn't do that, so it made it very difficult to read and follow a lot of details in her story, but, it's the first time, you didn't know. But make sure, for those of you who send letters from this point on, make sure you proofread it, make sure you can read it, make sure it flows really well so it's easy to understand. But I definitely appreciate any and all who write me. I'll still try to help you in any way that I can, just because I really appreciate you taking the time out to write. So with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate everybody who watches. What am I getting this notice? Oh, stupid. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who watches. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment, and if you have any words, as some of you have done from the previous episodes, if you have anything that you wanted to say to the people who write these letters, make sure you leave advice in the comments, because I'm sure that they come by the video and they want to read what other people have to say. So if you have any advice you can give, or you've been in the situation, make sure you leave your comments in the comment section as well, in addition to what I have to say. But anyways, this video is long enough, longer than it should be. Try to make these things short, but you know how I go on and on. But I'm going to end this video now. All right, you guys, until the next video, bye-bye.